Hello everyone, this is Rick, and welcome to Astral Club. This is Hacks for Astral Projection. Before we get started, let's talk about a few things. Patreon. If you'd like to join Patreon and support the work here, you can certainly do so. You get direct mail, which of course you send to me. I answer the questions every day. Advanced podcasts that you get on Sunday, and of course a chat function where you can talk to everyone, share your experiences. The links in the description. Next up, Astral Projection lessons. If you'd like a lesson to learn how to astral project, had some very good success so far, and I've talked with folks now all over the world. If that sounds of interest, then all you have to do is go down to the description, and there's an email there. Just ask for more information. And lastly, this is a special. I had an hour-and-a-half interview on the True Spiritual Awakening channel. It was a great interview. I really enjoyed myself. I talked about a lot of my experiences and my philosophies and practices with astral projection. And I think if you like this channel, you certainly might be interested in that as well. So if you have nothing better to do for an hour and a half, check it out. And the link will be in the description. Okay, let's talk about some of these hacks. Now, this should be a shorter one because, I want you to check out that interview. Let's start with Dreamwork. Now, lucid dreaming and astral projections, I refer to them as cousins. There's some overlap there, but there's some very real differences, and I actually made a video, and if you want to look it up, all you have to do is put in Astral Club and lucid dreaming, and it'll pop right up where I compare lucid dreaming to astral projection. Real briefly, in a lucid dream, you are the master of everything. You can make changes with your will quite easily. And when I was answering a question about lucid dreaming recently, and so I said, you know what, let me do some more research. And I took a nap and I had a lucid dream. I did a little bit of flying around just for fun, but I also was able to summon up a boss once that I wanted to tell off, but I was too young in my career at the time, so I got a chance to tell him off, and it was a lot of fun. But that kind of dream work helps to prepare you for astral projection. And in astral projection, things are so much realer. There's no dream quality like you have lucid dreaming. You have your complete consciousness when you astral project. In other words, the consciousness that you went to bed with, that's what you have. In lucid dreams, many times you're in a situation where, you think that, you think you're back in high school, or you think you're back in college. You never have your full awareness. And there's still that dream quality. Although the best way to tell the difference is to start having astral projections. When you leave your body and you feel like, wow, I'm out of my body and look at me. I can look through my hands. I can go through the wall. I can fly up into the sky. I can, encounter other creatures and what have you. It has a whole nother level to it. And lucid dreaming can assist in that situation. So, how can you assist the process? Well, if you keep a dream journal, what that's going to do is it's going to let you remember your dreams much more clearly, and therefore you'll have an easier time remembering your astral projections, because after all, if you don't remember them in the morning, and that can happen, then it's almost like you didn't project. So keeping that dream journal, and keep it brief. Don't write pages after pages because you won't keep it up. Keep it brief. In essence, you want to write a file name that you can use and look at days, weeks, months, years later, and remember that experience in detail. It's just like having a computer file name. It finds the file. So write enough in those couple lines that it doesn't take much time, but that it'll help to jog your long-term memory so that you can remember the particular experience. You'll also find when you keep a dream journal that you start remembering more and more and more of your dreams. Some people say, oh, I don't dream. I guarantee you, you dream. But you haven't trained yourself to remember those dreams. So that's something that you should definitely start doing. Like I said, keep it brief or you won't keep it up. Next up, reality checks. Now, reality checks are very interesting. It's something that's very necessary in lucid dreaming. Not so much in astral projection, but if you're going to use lucid dreaming to help your ability to astral project and remember it, then it is important. If you've ever watched the movie Inception, it's an interesting movie. I don't think it got all the viewership that maybe it deserved. I enjoyed it. Anyway, they had a reality check device. It was a metal top. And in order for the person using the top to test whether it was a dream or, reality, physical reality, if you want to use that term, he would spin the top. And if the top kept spinning, he knew he was in a lucid dream. If it fell, after a little bit, then he knew he was in physical reality. So he would, anytime he was having an interesting experience, he'd spin this top. He'd spin it when he was pretty sure he was awake, and he'd spin it when he thought maybe I'm in a lucid dream. And that's what he used. I remember once watching American Dad, the cartoon, and Steve, who was the son in the family, was experimenting with lucid dreaming. And one of the things, the reality checks that he used was whenever he was in a lucid dream, he programmed himself that he'd see a red bouncing ball. And that was his reality check. And then it was funny, his sister used it against him and it made him believe that he was having a lucid dream when he was awake in the physical, and he was going to school and he wasn't dressed. He was naked. It was a whole thing. Anyway, those are reality checks, so you can figure out which ones you want to use. Next up is mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, or mild. If you look up induction of lucid dreams or lucid dreams, you'll find on YouTube a lot of different videos where they tell you about lucid dreaming and how you can use induction techniques to cause lucid dreams. So I'm not going to get into it here because there's plenty of places, like I said, on YouTube where you can learn these mnemonic induction of lucid dream techniques. Next up, I want to mention dietary and lifestyle considerations. You want to avoid heavy or processed foods. Overstimulation, and by overstimulation, one of the things I mean is, a lot of very violent movies, video games. I mean, all that stuff is fun, but if you're trying to astral project, it's not helping matters. That's all I'm saying. And you also want to make sure that you don't have erratic sleep patterns, because all that stuff, messes with your ability to project. You want to establish a routine. Generally, you want to have a number of hours where maybe before you go to bed, instead of watching the idiot box, maybe you want to read a book, preferably a book on astral projection, or perhaps listening to an astral video, or maybe listening to an Astral Club episode. It starts to calm your mind down. I've had people say that my voice is very calming and that they use it to fall asleep. So, if you want to use it, make sure you don't fall asleep. Anyway, so what are some of the things that you can do? Well, it's best to have light meals in the evening. If you're intending to astral project, you don't want to have a thick steak with all the trimmings for dinner, because it's going to take forever to digest and it's not going to make astral projection any easier, guaranteed. What else do you want to avoid? Well, you want to avoid alcohol. Alcohol, or stimulants for that matter, interfere with your consciousness. Alcohol suppresses it. stimulants hyperdrive it. Neither of those things is going to be helpful if you want to achieve astral projection. And lastly, you want to maintain a regular circadian rhythm. If you mix up when you go to sleep too much, you're confusing your consciousness. And it's just going to have to work that much harder to assist you in astral projection. Okay, that's it. If you liked it, please hit the like button. And hey, don't forget to check out that link for the my interview with the True Spiritual Awakening channel. So hit the like button if you liked it. And please recommend it to your friends and family, anyone who has a like mind. Leave those comments and questions. Have you ever had problems with maybe some of these things, and maybe you think that caused you the problem? Or if you've got some other suggestions that help you astral project, then go ahead and leave them in the comments section. This is Rick, and I will see you on the astral plane.